we having a good old time. So, yo, talk to me if you could, man. I'm really curious about the takeaways because you sat through the whole what was it, hour of Steven
Yeah,
Spielberg? Like,
yeah.
what did you take away from that? Like, what was the most noteworthy commentary that you can recall from that experience, if you will?
Well, one, he said he believes in aliens. That was really cool. Like the interviewer asked him, like, "Yo, Obama said there's aliens. You think there's aliens?" He was like, "I keep making movies about aliens." But that was pretty cool. For me, the most insightful thing I took away from it was his explanation a little bit of his process. And he talked about when he's making films that have big budgets or big expansive scenes, he storyboards everything. But when he has something with like a smaller budget, like Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List, he doesn't storyboard it. He makes the scene up in his head. So it was just a really insightful way to understand like this is a goat right here. He's like, yo, I make that shit up on the day. Like I don't know what's gonna happen, but you know that shit gonna be hot. Like he's sitting here dropping goat shit right now, and I'm like, yo, I'm just in awe of how he makes this stuff work. Because me personally, I still think he's one of the greatest right now.
Yeah. Did any of the big popular movies like Star Wars or Jurassic Park or E.T. like the classics? Did any of those get brought up, or was it
Oh
always
yeah,
kind of?
no. He talked about ET a lot, and I think that's because he's in disclosure day mode right now. So he's thinking back to his other film about aliens, and the audience kept asking questions about aliens. It just kept coming up with him. So he did bring up ET. He brought up, like I said, Saving Private Ryan. He brought up Disclosure Day, and he also brought up his upcoming Western. And I didn't even know this. I never realized this, but he's never done a Western before. He's
Hmm.
never directed a Western film ever. And
Interesting.
I was like, oh, okay, it's weird. And I immediately I thought of Indiana Jones. I'm like, that's not a wet. No, no, no. That was the
Yeah.
'80s. That was just the '80s. He was just built like that, right? Like so. Nah, he's never done a Western, and he's excited to do one. So the first thing I want to know is who's in this cast and what kind of Western. Because Steven, whenever he wants to, he could flip it on us. He'll just be like, nah, everybody black, like the harder they fall. He can just do that when he wants to. So I'm wondering who would he cast for something like a Western, and what type of Western would I want to see from him? Or I hope to see.
Yeah.
It's
Because I
gonna
mean,
give something different.
some people could argue, even though I don't think Steven Spielberg was a part of the project, but that Mandalorian was a low key space western. You know what I'm saying, to
Yeah.
an extent. And even though he didn't necessarily have anything to do with the production, his style of storyboarding and the shooting did contribute to the culture that made Star Wars, that gave them the pathway to make a space western, so to speak.